What's good, guys? I figured I'd give you guys a good breakdown of Renato Moicano versus Benoit Saint-Denis. A really good, deep, in-depth breakdown. So before we do the last-minute predictions tomorrow, I'm going to give you guys a really deep, in-depth breakdown of BSD versus Renato Moicano, which takes place September 28th at UFC Paris. It's going to be a very good card. Plus 220 for Renato Moicano. Minus 270, guys. Majority topologies on Benoit Saint-Denis to finish this fight inside the distance. But let's go and play some factors on how this fight could play out if it makes it out the first round. Right here we have Benoit Saint-Denis looking a little bit thinner. He lost a lot of weight, and some people are saying that he looks like a skeleton before his weigh-ins. We know that he has very notable weigh-ins of like looking very drained out, looking very sunken in. His cheeks are sunken in, so we have to take that into consideration and see how he looks on the scales. After the scales, obviously, which might be the hardest fight of them all, we look at how Benoit Saint-Denis does against other opponents who are similar, like Renato Moicano, or have some similar type of matchup. Benoit Saint-Denis, I wanted to show this clip against Favola where he comes off with this amazing amount of pressure. This pressure that's just forward pressure. And sometimes, look, like he jumps a guillotine that was very sloppy, and it costs him to stay on the ground. But then his muscle is what makes him able to completely control Favola. He gets taken down and body slammed by Favola. A lot of people don't remember this about the fight. Benoit Saint-Denis goes in for a takedown. Deep takedown. Gets denied by Favola. Knee in the midsection. He chases him and he gets that brutal KO off the kick. But who knows how this fight would play out if we had a guy who's a little bit more slick, a guy who's a little bit more of a technician and can catch him. You know, we've seen that Benoit Saint-Denis has a lot of success with his forward pressure, but sometimes his forward pressure can get him caught. He has a lot of notable wins where sometimes he gets himself in a weird position and then he just muscles himself out of that position. Benoit Saint-Denis is a problem for a lot of people, guys. And when we watch this KO in slow motion, he was almost chasing Favola. Almost like he needed that KO. Like, especially in the first round, he starts off fast, guys. He has very good leg kicks. Very successful win on Benoit Saint-Denis. And then I figured that we go over this thread really quick. We go over how his whole career played out and where he is in his career right now. October 30th, 2021, UFC 267. Benoit loses his UFC debut against Uselyis dos Santos 29-26. And he got dominated, completely dominated. So if you guys watched this fight, guys, it was a complete domination. We go over it just to show where he's at in his career, one of his first pro MMA losses. Then right here, we have June 4th, 2022, Volkov versus Rosenstrike. Benoit made light work of Nicholas Stolze. Made it work easy. Got 3 takedowns with 5 minutes of control time. Benoit got the finish in round 2. 1 minute and 32 seconds rear naked choke. Right here, I love this finish because it's just his pressure and he has one of the tightest squeezes in the game. We know Renato Moicano has good submissions as well. Right here, it just shows like it's very fast as well. So this guy just tapped and it was over, guys. Stolze's lost, but it shows that Benoit Saint-Denis came back into action. Right here, this is one of my favorite fights to watch. Right here, the card was Gain versus Tuivasa. Benoit on a striking masterclass, got 3 knockdowns on the feet, dominated round 1. Benoit got the KO win over Gabriel Miranda. So right here, this was a very crazy win because Gabriel Miranda is also fighting on this card, guys. Very brutal, guys. Shows that he is relentless. He dropped him multiple times, guys, earlier in this fight. And Benoit Saint-Denis, when he wants to finish, guys, he's almost like a Dustin Poirier. When he senses the finish, guys, he jumps on it, guys. And he's a guy who's definitely gonna try to capitalize when you're hurt. And maybe if that costs him, maybe if that means he jumps into a submission or he jumps, like we saw with Favola, he jumped the guillotine for no reason. He ended up time on bottom. That can definitely cost him and play a lot of minutes into Renato Moicano's game. The longer this fight goes, guys, I think the longer it has more of a chance for Renato Moicano to win. Gabriel Miranda had nothing to show for a guy like Benoit Saint-Denis, and he got completely worked. It was brutal, guys. Completely brutal. Benoit Saint-Denis is a problem, guys, and he's undefeated in France. Right here, Ismail Bonfim. He was an underdog in this fight. The Bonfim brothers had a lot of hype on them. Brazil versus France, guys. This is insane. It's insane the power and the speed that Benoit Saint-Denis starts off with. They touch the gloves. Starts off with a body kick, gets hit with overhand right. Overhand right's missing for Bonfim. The body kick is hitting. Bonfim's ego is getting hurt, so he's hitting him. He's like, let's go. You want to go? Let's go. That body kick sets up the high kick, body kick, left hand. Sometimes Benoit Saint-Denis fights southpaw. I mean, most of the time he does. But with a guy like Bonfim, guys, it looks like this guy's just scrapping just to scrap. And this is what I want to show. These are the laziest takedown attempts I've ever seen, guys. He's just muscling him, knee to the body, which Frevola landed. A lot of people can have success with that. Renato Moicano could have success with that. Knee to the body into a sloppy takedown, guys. What is this, Muhammad Mokaev? But it leads him to get caught into like weird positions and awkward positions, and it's not the best for him. So sometimes he's able to go for a single leg from that position, try to switch it to a double leg, take the back, tries to get his arm over, holding him, gets the rear naked choke in round 1. That is crazy because how many people who make it out of round 1, how many people like show that Benoit Saint-Denis maybe starts off too fast and then he unloads his gas tank way too early. Benoit Saint-Denis is a problem, guys, and he's definitely going to put up a war against Renato Moicano. I want to show this one, guys. This is against Thiago Moises, guys. If you want to see the date, guys, this was the card versus Spivak. This was Gain versus Spivak, September 2nd, 2023. I completely clean swept this card. 12-0 on this entire card, guys. Manan Farrell was on this card. Benoit Saint-Denis was on this card. Cyril Gane was on this card. A bunch of people were on this card, guys. It was a very good fight. I believe, I'm not sure, but the crowd was amazingly loud. Like, amazingly loud. Like, you can hear them. Like, Renato Moicano made a good point where he said that he's not going to be able to hear his coach because the crowd is so loud. That's a crazy factor that you have to play into because this is not the Apex. This is not some regional organization. This is the UFC. So the only time you get to hear your coach is probably in between rounds. So he said that he practiced not listening to his coach while he was training. Benoit Saint-Denis starts off a little bit more calculated right here. He almost reminds me of a little bit of Justin Gaethje in a way because calculated Gaethje is still the same wild Gaethje. So right here, he starts off with the body kick. We know he likes that body kick. Maybe he gets a nut shot on Moicano and it stops the fight for a little bit. Lets Moicano get his gas tank going. But one thing, guys, one thing about this, though, is that, let me just move this up a little bit. One thing about this, though, is how Benoit Saint-Denis just completely unloads forward pressure. Forward body kick. His body kick is one of his most best weapons. Spams a bunch of hooks. Body kick. That leaves him open, though. He always goes body kick, left hand. Body kick, left hand. Left body kick, left hand. But it can get him caught. Left hand to open up Thiago Moises. He strikes and then goes into a takedown. Not the most complete takedown, but it's still one of the beautiful double leg. Look at Thiago Moises. His arm is all the way right here. He completely missed that. Completely gets the double leg, takes his back. Very good at taking the back as well. I think he's better at taking the back than Moicano. But I also have a Moicano thread that we can go over as well. He does get hit with leg kicks a lot more than I expected. That left hand is his money to the body, but the body can leave him open to the knee. We saw Frevola throw the knee up the middle. A lot of people have success throwing up the knee in the middle against a guy like Benoit Saint-Denis. We look at this entire fight, bro. This entire fight was insane. Look, he threw the knee up again because he knows it's telegraphed. Benoit Saint-Denis' takedowns are very telegraphed. Not only are they very telegraphed, bro, they're sloppy. They're sloppy. It's just all strength. All strength gets him to the ground. Trying to get Thiago Moises tired. Trying to get him tired. Thiago Moises tries to go for an ankle lock. He's tired. He's bashing him. He's bashing him just to go. It's a go forward pace. Never stop. Just never stop. This is the only time you get to rest right here when you're on his back. Then you keep going. Thiago Moises goes on a takedown. He goes on a deep takedown. He gets it. The fact that he's able to get a takedown on Benoit Saint-Denis when his face is all bloody shows that Benoit Saint-Denis has too much sloppiness in his game, but it leads to him being so powerful. So he gets away with it. Elbows off the break, elbows versus elbows. Elbows, throw a spinning elbow too, might as well while you're at it. He takes him down, relentless pressure, guys, and then it gets to the end of this fight, guys, and just relentless ground and pound, guys, and Benoit Saint-Denis gets the finish, guys. Shows Benoit Saint-Denis is a very good problem, guys. We saw his finish over Frevola's most recent, and now it's time to go over Renato Moicano, guys. I wanted to show Renato Moicano versus Cub Swanson. This was a very good fight, guys, because maybe it's not the best quality, but it shows where Renato Moicano has been and how long he's been in this game. He's already had his 25th pro MMA bout against Jalen Turner. Now this will be his 26th match. He does get hit with leg kicks a lot, and he tends to fight inside the fire a lot, guys. A lot more than usual and more than anybody would expect to. Gets hit with the leg kick against Cub Swanson. Susceptible, opens up the head kick. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that later, guys, because he is susceptible to that high kick that Benoit Saint-Denis throws to the body. Jab, jab. I will say, though, Renato Moicano has an excellent jab. Excellent jab. But when we look at this, guys, Renato Moicano is susceptible to the leg kicks, and he's susceptible to forward pressure, just getting through and just making your way through. Overhand rights tend to get through. Hooks over the top tend to get through on Renato Moicano, and leg kicks tend to get through on Renato Moicano. When I look at Moicano, though, he always tends to have this like tendency when he exits off the break. He has this tendency of leaving his hands down if you go to the body. Look, so it'll set up the top. And maybe a lot of people do that, but he was able to take down Cub Swanson after dropping him, which was actually insane. So it shows Renato Moicano has that patience. He has that tendency of low output, but low output can either get him caught or it could get him to get the finish. He drops Cub Swanson, completely gets on top of him, starts trying to go ground and pound, starts trying to go all over him. And this takedown was beautiful because it's a little bit more technical and has a little bit more technique than Benoit Saint-Denis' type of takedown. So it requires less stamina. He gets the top, guys. When he's in mount, guys, when he's in top control, when he's on your back, he will not give that up, guys. A guy like Renato Moicano was able to finish a guy like Cub Swanson with a rear naked choke, guys. Very good, very likely possibility that could happen. And also, we look at his takedown attempts on Jalen Turner. Right here, Jalen Turner is going. He's defending the takedown with his outside foot. So his foot is what is stopping this takedown right now. As he loses position and loses leverage on his foot, his right foot, he's trying to fight for that outside leg, outside leg, outside leg, outside leg, outside leg. They're fighting for the outside leg. And then Renato Moicano just goes in with his thigh, lifts his foot off the ground, and flips him over and gets the takedown. I thought that was very impressive because Moicano just needs one takedown. That's what his corner said in this fight, that Moicano just needs one takedown and he wins the fight. A lot of people don't like these types of takedowns, but it tends to work. Masvidal subtly hooking a leg to stimmy. Usman's polished throw setup after defending the initial shot. So we're just talking about how, I know this is an Usman fight and has nothing to do with Renato Moicano versus Benoit Saint-Denis, but it shows that they have most of the similar type of takedowns where they both go sloppy type of takedowns. We're definitely going to see these takedowns off the cage, and we're going to see if Benoit Saint-Denis can maybe muscle Moicano or if Moicano can hold his ground. I definitely see some scrambles, guys, and I definitely see Benoit Saint-Denis trying to shoot on Moicano. But I wouldn't be surprised if Moicano tries to shoot on Benoit Saint-Denis as well. When we look over here, Edwards versus Nelson, Edwards is showing very good takedown defense and trying to circle around. We need to see that from a guy like Moicano if we want him to win. But Benoit Saint-Denis is going to be more like this, where he just slams a guy like Renato Moicano and just gets him to the ground. But we have to see how good Renato Moicano is getting back up on his feet, and if a guy like BSD is going to shoot on a guy like Renato Moicano. Right here, this is also a big fan of this sequence, just another sequence of takedowns, guys, just to show the adversity and the different types of takedown attempts that we could see in this fight. I definitely see a bunch of scrambles happening in this fight, and I think the over 1.5 is going to hit in this fight. I like Islam Makhachev versus Dustin Poirier because this takedown is the same one that Renato Moicano tries as well. We see multiple times, guys, where he tries to take the back. Benoit Saint-Denis as well, he tries to take the back. And it's going to be a battle on who can get the upside, who can get the top control. Or maybe this is a striking battle and the wrestling completely cancels out. But I think Renato Moicano is going to want to take this fight to the ground. He's definitely going to want to try to flatten out a guy like BSD, and he's going to want to just be in his own world when it's this type of fight. Right here, there's also a different type of takedown where it's like inside trip doesn't tend to work as much because we're more elite in MMA, but it can work for other people. We know it works in women MMA, so we'll see if it works here. I see more like these types of takedowns in women MMA, but it's fine because it tends to work also in men's MMA if you get them off guard. Ronda Rousey, pretty old clips though, but I'll definitely see a bunch of takedowns for this fight, guys. And then right here, this is how Renato Moicano gets caught with that 1-1-1-2, and he gets caught with that head kick, guys. He's very susceptible to the head kick, and I think he's going to get finished with that head kick, guys. And I really likely, if I have to make a prediction, guys, I like Moicano, guys. I like him a lot, but I do see him getting finished inside the distance in this fight. Let me know what you guys think, though, because this is a very crazy fight, guys. Not only is this a crazy fight, but it shows that both of them can have a lot of success. Renato Moicano, even if he gets hurt, that means that he's just waking up. He's just waking up, guys. He's very susceptible to the left hand over the top, elbows on ground and pound. We could definitely see a guy like Benoit Saint-Denis trying to overpower him, trying to land some elbows over the top. But a guy like Moicano is never out until you say he's out, until you completely finish him. You got to completely finish a guy like Moicano, because if you don't, he's going to be there for all 5 rounds. He arguably won the 5th round against RDA. So we'll see, guys. Let me know what you guys think, guys. It's going to be a very good fight, guys. I can't wait. Let's get it. Who you guys got? Benoit Saint-Denis or Renato Moicano? Let me know, let me know, let me know. I definitely see this exchange happening, guys. I can't wait for UFC Paris, and I hope it's going to be an amazing fight, guys. Let's go. Also, Renato Moicano tends to get taken down, too. He has been taken down in the past before. We'll see. I definitely see wrestling exchanges. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you at the top. Let's get it.